It's time for another movie review anniversary. Just quick reminders, The Lion King turned 30, which I already talked about the movie before, so I decided to make one as a short in honor of its anniversary. But I decided to pick a movie that turned 20 years old, Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, an independent film that became a cult following. Just heads up, I'm pretty late with the release date because I was on a little vacation during last weekend. I've been wanting to talk about this one because people of my generation watched this movie, even my dad and my brother. So, let's begin with the story of Napoleon Dynamite. It takes place in a small town in Idaho. Teenager Napoleon Dynamite has trouble fitting in. Then his life gets even worse when his uncle Rico shows up to keep an eye on him since Napoleon's grandmother had an accident. Between home and even at school, Napoleon does befriend a new kid named Pedro. Together they launch a campaign to run for class president in school. And yeah, that's it for the story. It's not a main 3-act structure, it's just a life of Napoleon Dynamite and the situation he has. That means I should love this movie for its slice of life, right? Well, no.
What? Oh, come on!
Excuse me?
Okay, let me explain before I get comments flowing. I love slice of life movies. That can only work if they can show someone or something live their life. Examples: Bambi, Winnie the Pooh, Christmas Story, The Sandlot, even Kiki's Delivery Service has that too. I appreciate for Napoleon Dynamite to have the slice of life. No villains, no complicated plots, none of that. But the problem with the film, at least for me, is I don't find it as a masterpiece. Don't get me wrong, I get why some people love it for its offbeat humor, it's very awkward, the characters are quirky, and even the quotable dialogue. Do I like all that stuff? Sure, but like I said, I don't think it holds a candle as one of my favorite movies or favorite comedies. Okay, let's get to my review. The characters, like I said, are quirky, but likable. Napoleon, Kip, Uncle Rico, Pedro, Deb, and so on. I think I like Napoleon the most. Yeah, besides the awkwardness, he can be eccentric. The humor in the movie is funny. There are moments where it can be funny, like the farmer shooting a cow with his gun, and the bus appears and the kids on the bus screaming. I will admit, that did make me laugh. Other humor moments are mainly the dialogue, like this one.
They kept trying to attack my cousins. What the heck would you do in a situation like that?
What kind of gun did you use?
A freaking 12 gauge, what do you think?
Like, dang, that's pretty roast if you ask me. Besides those, the humor can be awkward at times. I think the most strangest one in the movie is when Kip does an online chat and then meets a lady named La Fonda and gives him an urban makeover. Like, this is so odd. And the most famous scene in the movie is at the end during the campaign. Napoleon performs an elaborate dance routine. I mean, it's cool and the choreography the actor did is good, but I don't necessarily shout, "This is an awesome scene, well done." There are some issues in the movie, like Deb breaking the friendship with Napoleon. I find that pretty dull. Once in a while the humor is not good, but when the humor works, it works for the most part. But yeah, overall, I did find the movie very good. It's not the most comedic masterpiece I've seen, but I had a good time watching it. I get why so many people love it and even relate to it. Feel free to love this movie whatever you like. The movie has developed a cult following over time, similar to The Big Lebowski in a sense. Now, how much did Napoleon Dynamite sold at the box office? Well, this is the grossing that it had, and it placed at number 70. Yeah, it didn't go higher than any top 10 back then. The reception seems good enough, 72%. TV network Bravo put this movie as number 14 as one of the funniest movies. Man, they really did like this movie. There was an animated series that Fox aired back in 2012, which sadly got cancelled with only 6 episodes, and critics didn't like it much. But yeah, the legacy of Napoleon Dynamite is pretty good with merchandise that have "Vote for Pedro" on it. But yeah, happy 20th anniversary to Napoleon Dynamite. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it on Hulu and see what the fuss about it. Or if you go into depth about the movie, you can check out YouTube videos about Napoleon Dynamite. That is all for the movie review. Now I can move on to other videos that's not movie reviews. See you all for my next video.